Hi, my name is Rahul and today let's talk about Redmi Note 5 Pro because the Redmi Note 6 Pro is going to release on November 22. So let's see how the prequel performed. For me, Redmi Note 6 Pro release is kind of annoying if you ask me because I think the specs is almost same. There's not much of a difference. The Redmi Note 5 Pro has been one of the best selling device for Xiaomi this year. It has a pretty decent camera. It has Snapdragon 636 processor which has aged decently. So with the same specs, I mean with same Snapdragon 636 and almost everything is very same. I don't understand what's the point of releasing a phone which maybe 1,000 rupees difference will be there. I believe it will be priced under 15K, and because the Redmi Note 5 Pro price has been dropped to 14K. Let's see how this phone has been performing in the last 3 months. So about the design, there's nothing special. It's a pretty solid phone which is built with metallic body, and it feels really solid in the hand. And it has IR blaster which I use for pretty much everything like AC and everything. It has a 3.5 headphone jack which is pretty decent, and it has also has a speaker which is a average speaker. It feels really good in hand. It has a 4000 mAh battery, and I feel the phone is slightly top heavy considering other devices. But even though it is heavy, it still feels really good in hand. So when I talk about the display, it has 5.99 inch display with Full HD plus resolution, and it has no notch, and that's a specialty about this device because it comes for this notch revolution in the budget segment. It has 415 nits of brightness. I think the auto brightness sensor of Xiaomi has some issues. It's not the issue about this phone only. It is a common issue with Xiaomi. The brightness change is not really correctly done. Most of the time when I'm outdoor, I have to increase the brightness to full myself because the sensor does not do that. When I get inside after going outside, also the brightness sensor changing, the brightness is not really correct. The display is decent, and I think it has aged pretty decently till now. And now we can see that Xiaomi has given the MIUI 10 global update, and it is a skin over Android 8.1 and has a security patch of September. The MIUI 10 has changed the design of the device, and it looks really good. I really like the design, and it has become really smooth. The Snapdragon 636 processor is performing really well for this MIUI 10. So you can thank not only thank the Snapdragon 636, but you have to thank Xiaomi software for performing this really good. For the daily task, it is really good. And I have this Snapdragon 636, not a gaming chipset. So for gaming, it's an average chipset, but for the daily use, it's really good, and it is really smooth because of Xiaomi software, as I earlier mentioned. So kudos to Xiaomi for the update. The best thing about this phone is the battery backup. It has a 4000 mAh battery, and it really works well. I have really pushed this phone in the last three and a half months, and it performed really well. The minimum I get is a 6 hours of screen on time. It can go up to seven and a half hours screen on time depending on the days how I use this device. And the standby time is also great. Charging is not that great. It has quick charge 2.0, but I think it's just for the namesake. The charging is pretty slow from 0 to 100%. And about the camera, it comes with a 12 MP rear camera with f2.0 aperture and a 5 MP depth sensor and a 20 MP front facing camera. Truth to be told, I have unlocked the bootloader after 15 days and I have installed Google Camera. Since then, I have been using Google Camera for the still images because it performs really better than the MIUI camera app. So I use the Google Camera for the still images. But for the video, I use the MIUI 10. Even though chipset Snapdragon 636 supports 4K, Xiaomi has not given an update to take 4K. So I don't know. They have said that they will look into it, but they have never given the update. Right now, it can record up to 1080p. up to 60 fps. That is something that has been newly updated, and it also has 1080p 30 fps, which I have been using. And the EAS of this 1080p 30 fps is really good, and I really like it. Then for the still images, as I mentioned, I use Google Camera bit because especially on the low light and night, and for the portrait mode and the selfie camera, it really performs really well. I will put two photos that compares the MIUI camera and the Google camera, and I'm closing this review with the camera samples of this device, so that you can enjoy the camera samples and see how this average camera performs really better with Google camera. So enjoy the images. Thank you. This is the rear camera sample of Redmi Note 5 Pro. This is the front camera sample of Redmi Note 5 Pro.